Your plank is broken. You think you're building killer abs, but you're actually wasting your time, creating back pain, and ingraining terrible movement patterns. The plank you've been doing, it's not a plank. It's just you lying on your elbows, hoping something magical happens. What if I told you that 99% of people have never done a single correct plank in their entire life, and that one simple form correction could transform your weak core into rock solid abs in just weeks? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're fixing your plank once and for all. I'm going to show you exactly what you're doing wrong, why it's destroying your results, and the step-by-step method to perform a perfect plank that actually builds killer abs. By the end of this video, your plank will be completely transformed. You'll understand what a real plank should feel like, the exact muscle cues that activate your abs, and how to avoid the catastrophic mistakes that make planks useless. This is the plank tutorial you've been waiting for. Let's get into it. First, let's establish what a plank actually is. A plank is an isometric core exercise where you maintain a rigid, straight body position while supporting your weight on your forearms and toes. The goal is to create maximum tension throughout your entire core while maintaining perfect spinal alignment. Sounds simple, but here's the problem. Most people turn planks into a contest of who can suffer the longest while their form falls apart. That's not a plank, that's just torture with zero results. A real plank is about quality, not duration. A 30-second perfect plank will build more core strength than a 3-minute garbage plank. Let me show you why. Let's start by exposing the 5 most common plank mistakes that destroy your results. Mistake number 1. Hips sagging toward the floor. This is the killer. Within seconds of starting your plank, your hips start dropping, your lower back arches, your abs completely disengage, all the stress shifts to your lower back, creating pain instead of strength. Why does this happen? Your core is too weak to maintain the position, so gravity pulls your hips down. You're not actively engaging your glutes, which are critical for maintaining hip position. You're thinking about duration instead of creating tension. When your hips sag, you're not training your abs, you're straining your lower back. This is why so many people get back pain from planks. Mistake number 2, hips too high in the air. The opposite problem. You pike your hips up, creating an inverted V shape. This makes the plank easier because you're reducing the load on your core. Your abs aren't working. You're just uncomfortable for no benefit. People do this because they're trying to avoid the sagging hip problem, but they overcorrect. The result is still a useless plank. Mistake number 3, not engaging your core actively. Most people just get into plank position and wait. They're passively holding, not actively working. Their core muscles are doing the bare minimum to keep them from collapsing. A passive plank builds minimal strength. An active plank, where you're creating maximum tension, transforms your core. The difference is night and day. Mistake number 4, holding your breath. You think holding your breath creates more tension and helps you hold longer. It doesn't. It spikes your blood pressure, makes you fatigue faster, and prevents proper core engagement. Breathing is not optional. It's essential for a proper plank. Mistake number 5, looking forward instead of down. When you look forward, you hyperextend your neck. This breaks spinal alignment, creates neck strain, and reduces core activation. Your head position affects your entire body position. Now that we've exposed what not to do, let me show you exactly how to do a perfect plank step by step. Step 1, the setup position. Get on your hands and knees, place your forearms on the ground, elbows directly under your shoulders. Your forearms should be parallel to each other, not angled. Clasp your hands together or keep palms flat. Both work. Extend one leg back, then the other, coming up onto your toes. Your feet should be about hip width apart. Narrower is harder, wider is easier. This is your starting position, but you're not in a plank yet, you're just in position. Step 2, create the perfect body alignment. This is where most people fail. Your body must form one perfectly straight line from the top of your head down to your heels. Not sagging, not piked, perfectly straight. Imagine a broomstick lying along your spine. It should touch the back of your head, your upper back, and your glutes simultaneously. No gaps, no excessive contact, just 3 points of light contact. This is your alignment checkpoint. If the imaginary broomstick doesn't touch all 3 points, your alignment is off. Step 3, engage your glutes hard. This is the secret that most people miss. Your glutes are critical for a proper plank. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. Imagine you're trying to crack a walnut between your cheeks. When you engage your glutes, several things happen automatically. Your hips tilt into proper position. Your lower back naturally flattens. Your core automatically engages. Your entire posterior chain activates. Without glute engagement, your plank will fail. With it, everything locks into place. Step 4, brace your core like you're about to get punched. Don't just suck in your stomach. That's not core engagement. Instead, brace. Tighten your entire midsection as if someone is about to punch you in the gut. This creates intra-abdominal pressure. Your transverse abdominis, your deep core muscles engage. Your rectus abdominis, your six-pack muscles contract. Your obliques fire. Your entire core becomes rigid. This is active engagement. This is what separates a real plank from a fake plank. Step 5, pull your elbows toward your toes. Here's a game-changing cue. While in plank position, imagine you're trying to drag your elbows down toward your toes. Obviously, they won't move, but the intention creates massive core activation. This mental cue engages your lats, your serratus anterior, and creates even more core tension. You'll feel your abs light up instantly. Step 6, push the floor away. Don't let your shoulder blades pinch together. Instead, actively push the floor away from you. This protracts your scapula, spreading your shoulder blades apart. This creates upper back engagement and prevents shoulder collapse. Your entire upper body becomes stable. Step 7, squeeze your quads. Pull your kneecaps up, engage your quadriceps. This creates tension down your entire leg and contributes to total body rigidity. Every muscle from head to toe should be working. This is a full body exercise, not just a core exercise. Step 8, breathe steadily and continuously. Never hold your breath. Breathe deeply and rhythmically, in through your nose for a count of 2, out through your mouth for a count of 2. Breathing keeps oxygen flowing, maintains manageable blood pressure, and actually helps you hold the plank longer with better form. Step 9, keep your head neutral. Eyes looking down. Don't look forward. Don't look up. Look straight down at the floor between your hands. Your neck should be in neutral alignment with your spine. This is your complete plank position. Every muscle engaged, perfect alignment, active tension, steady breathing. Now hold this position. This is what a real plank feels like. Your entire body should be shaking. Your abs should be burning. You should feel like you're made of steel. If you're not shaking and burning within 20 to 30 seconds, you're not creating enough tension. Go back and increase the engagement. Let's talk about duration. How long should you hold a plank? Here's the truth. A perfect plank is incredibly difficult to hold for long periods. If you can hold a plank with maximum tension for more than 60 seconds, you need to make it harder. For most people, 30 to 60 seconds of a truly perfect maximum tension plank is enough. Quality over quantity, always. Instead of trying to hold one plank for 3 minutes with deteriorating form, do 3 sets of 45 seconds with perfect form and full tension. You'll build more strength and see better results. Now let's talk about progression. Once you can hold a perfect plank for 60 seconds, how do you continue building strength? Progression 1, increase tension, not just time. Instead of holding longer, focus on creating more tension. Squeeze harder. Engage every muscle more intensely. Make the same 60 seconds feel harder. Progression 2, add variations. Side planks for obliques, one arm planks for anti-rotation strength, feet elevated planks for increased difficulty, plank shoulder taps for dynamic stability, weighted planks with a plate on your back. Each variation challenges your core in different ways and prevents adaptation. Progression 3, decrease rest periods. If you're doing 3 sets of planks, decrease the rest time between sets. Shorter rest makes each subsequent set harder. Progression 4, add tempo challenges. Hold for 30 seconds. Lower your knees for 5 seconds rest. Return to plank for 30 seconds. Repeat. This builds strength endurance. Now let's address the abs question. Will perfect planks give you killer abs? Yes and no. Here's the truth. Planks will build incredibly strong abs. Your core will be rock solid, functional, powerful, But visible abs require low body fat. You can have the strongest abs in the world, but if they're covered by a layer of fat, you won't see them. Planks build the muscle. Nutrition reveals the muscle. You need both. Don't expect planks alone to give you a six-pack, but planks combined with proper nutrition and overall training. Absolutely. Let's talk about programming. How often should you plank? 3 to 4 times per week is optimal for most people. This provides enough stimulus without overtraining. On plank days, do 3 to 4 sets of 30 to 60 seconds with perfect form. Rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. Combine planks with dynamic core work, dead bugs, bird dogs, leg raises. Build complete core strength, not just isometric strength. Balance your core training with lower back work. Superman holds, back extensions. A balanced core is a strong core. Now let me give you the perfect plank workout. This is a complete core routine built around proper planks. Warm up, cat-cow stretches for spinal mobility, 10 reps. Bird dogs for core activation, 10 reps per side. Main workout, forearm plank, 3 sets of 45 seconds, maximum tension. Rest 90 seconds between sets. Side plank, 3 sets of 30 seconds per side. Rest 60 seconds between sets. Plank shoulder taps, 3 sets of 20 taps total. Rest 60 seconds. Finisher, dead bugs, 2 sets of 15 reps per side. Slow and controlled. This workout takes 15 to 20 minutes and will transform your core strength in weeks. Here's what you can expect from perfect planks done consistently. Visible core strength and definition within 4 to 6 weeks if you're already relatively lean. Significant reduction or elimination of lower back pain within 2 to 3 weeks. Improved posture and spinal alignment within 1 to 2 weeks. Better performance in all exercises, especially squats, deadlifts, and overhead presses. Enhanced balance and stability in daily activities and sports. These are real, measurable results, but only if you do planks correctly. Here's the brutal truth. If you've been planking for months and seeing 0 results, it's not because planks don't work. It's because your plank is broken, your form is terrible, you're not creating tension, you're just wasting time. But now you know better. You know exactly what a perfect plank looks like. You know the cues, you know the engagement, you have 0 excuses. So here's my challenge right now, today. Do a plank the correct way. Follow every single cue I gave you. Feel the difference. Notice how much harder it is, how much your abs burn, how your entire body shakes. Then commit to perfect planks for the next 30 days, 3 times per week, 3 sets of 45 seconds. Maximum tension, perfect form. 30 days from now, your core will be completely transformed, stronger, more stable, more defined, and you'll finally understand what real core training feels like. If you're committing to perfect planks, drop a comment saying perfect plank challenge accepted. Let's build a community of people with killer abs and unbreakable cores. And if you want more exercise corrections, form tutorials, and training that actually works, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Stop doing planks wrong. Start building killer abs with perfect technique. Your core transformation starts now. I'll see you in the next video. Now go plank the right way.